The Springboks' greatest superpower, it's more than tactics. When rugby fans discuss the incredible success of the Springboks, the conversation almost always begins with tactics. Many point to the famous bomb squad strategy, the relentless kicking game, or the suffocating defensive system that has frustrated opponents for years. Others praise the scrum, the line-out, or the team's ability to dominate the set piece. While each of those elements has played a significant role in the rise of South Africa as the dominant force in world rugby, they are only part of a much bigger story. Beneath every tactical decision lies something even more powerful, a mentality that has become the heartbeat of this team. It is a belief that no matter how difficult the challenge becomes, they will never stop fighting. That mentality, developed over years under the leadership of head coach Rassie Erasmus, has transformed the Springboks into one of the most resilient teams the sport has ever seen. Unlike many successful international sides, the Springboks do not rely on one superstar to carry the team. Instead, they have built a culture where every player understands the responsibility of wearing the green and gold jersey. Whether it is a veteran with more than 100 test caps or a young player making his international debut, every individual is expected to embrace the same standards. Those standards are not measured only by points scored or spectacular attacking plays. They are measured by commitment, physical courage, and the willingness to put the team before personal achievement. One of the defining characteristics of this South African side is its obsession with winning the physical battle. Every tackle, every carry, every ruck, and every contest becomes a statement of intent. Opponents know before kickoff that they are about to face 80 minutes of relentless pressure. The Springboks want every collision to feel like a contest that cannot be surrendered. Even when mistakes happen in other areas of the game, they refuse to allow their physical standards to drop. This approach has shaped the identity of the team under Rassie Erasmus. Since returning to rebuild the national side, he has repeatedly emphasized that success starts with attitude before tactics. Training sessions are designed to prepare players for the demands of test rugby, but they are also designed to strengthen trust among teammates. Every player knows that the man standing beside him will fight until the final whistle. That confidence creates an emotional strength that is difficult for opponents to match. The famous bomb squad has become one of the most discussed innovations in modern rugby, but its success is not simply about replacing tired forwards with fresh ones. It is about maintaining intensity from the opening minute until the very end of the match. When fresh international quality forwards enter the field late in the game, opponents who have already spent an hour battling the starting pack suddenly face another wave of power and aggression. This relentless pressure often changes the momentum of matches and has become one of the defining features of the modern Springboks. Another reason for the team's consistency is the incredible depth created by Rassie Erasmus and his coaching staff. Rather than depending on a fixed starting 15, they have developed a squad in which numerous players are capable of stepping into the lineup without significantly reducing the team's performance. This depth allows the coaches to rotate players, manage workloads, and adapt to different opponents while maintaining the same competitive standards. That philosophy has also created fierce competition within the squad. Every player knows that selection is earned through performance rather than reputation. Established stars cannot become complacent because talented newcomers are constantly pushing for opportunities. This internal competition has elevated the overall standard of the squad and ensured that every player arrives prepared whenever called upon. Perhaps the greatest example of the team's mentality came during the 2023 Rugby World Cup. Throughout the knockout stages, the Springboks faced enormous pressure against some of the strongest teams in international rugby. Every match demanded different tactical solutions, but the common factor was the team's refusal to surrender when the contest became difficult. Whether protecting a narrow lead or responding to setbacks, the players consistently demonstrated remarkable composure. The final against the All Blacks showcased many of these qualities. While spectators often remember championship matches for spectacular attacking moments, this contest was defined by defensive commitment and extraordinary physical effort. Every tackle carried immense importance, and every defensive stand represented another opportunity to keep the dream of becoming world champions alive. The players understood that championships are often won not by brilliance alone but by discipline, sacrifice, and determination. Among the standout performers was Pieter-Steph Toit, whose work rate became one of the defining stories of the final. Throughout the match, he repeatedly put his body on the line to halt dangerous attacks, demonstrating why he is regarded as one of the finest forwards in world rugby. His performance was not simply about statistics. It symbolized the values that the Springboks expect from every member of the squad. Each tackle reflected commitment, courage, and an unwavering desire to protect the team's advantage. For supporters around the world, moments like these explain why the Springboks continue to earn admiration beyond their own country. Their victories are not based solely on physical dominance or tactical innovation. They are built upon a culture that values resilience above everything else. It is a culture where every player accepts responsibility, every coach demands accountability, and every performance reflects the pride of representing South Africa on the international stage. The remarkable thing is that this mentality does not disappear when individual players retire or new faces enter the squad. Instead, it is passed from one generation to the next. If there is one characteristic that has defined the modern Springboks, it is their remarkable ability to stay calm when everything around them appears to be falling apart. Many international teams perform brilliantly when they dominate possession, territory, and momentum. However, truly great teams reveal their character when they are forced onto the back foot. Time and again, South Africa has shown that it can survive those moments, absorb immense pressure, and still emerge victorious. This ability has become one of the greatest strengths developed under head coach Rassie Erasmus, whose influence extends far beyond tactics and team selection. During the 2023 Rugby World Cup, every knockout match presented a different challenge. Against France, the atmosphere inside the stadium was electric as the host nation looked determined to continue its dream of lifting the trophy on home soil. The pace of the game was relentless, with both sides producing moments of outstanding attacking rugby. Rather than becoming overwhelmed, the Springboks remained disciplined, trusted their preparation, and found crucial moments to shift the momentum in their favor. Their composure under enormous pressure demonstrated the confidence that had been built over years of preparation. The semi-final against England offered an entirely different examination. Instead of a fast-paced attacking contest, it became a battle of territory, tactical kicking, and physical endurance. For long periods, England controlled the scoreboard and forced the Springboks into uncomfortable positions. Lesser teams might have panicked, abandoned their strategy, or tried to force impossible opportunities. Instead, South Africa continued believing that persistence would eventually create an opening. Their patience was rewarded late in the match, proving once again that championship teams never stop believing until the final whistle. The World Cup final against the All Blacks represented the ultimate challenge. Whenever these two rugby giants meet, history accompanies every tackle, every scrum, and every kick. The rivalry stretches back generations, making every encounter one of the sport's biggest occasions. The final became a contest defined by defensive resilience rather than attacking flair. Every point carried enormous significance, and every mistake had the potential to decide the outcome. The Springboks embraced that pressure instead of fearing it. One player who perfectly embodied that mentality was Pieter-Steph Toit. Throughout the tournament, his work ethic, relentless tackling, and tireless commitment inspired teammates around him. He consistently placed his body on the line to stop dangerous attacks, often making tackles that prevented momentum before it could even begin. His performances reminded supporters why he is widely regarded as one of the finest loose forwards in international rugby. More importantly, he represented the values that define this Springboks generation: sacrifice, discipline, and complete commitment to the team.